Welcome to our channel, and today I'm going to talk about Pawan Kalyan, who actually spoke with his cadre yesterday in Andhra Pradesh, and he mentioned about his party's 7 policies and the theories of his political party, Janasena party. Politician, an actor turned politician, and in the same way that he has changed his stance multiple times, his theories multiple times, of course. On paper, all these politicians, the theories, what they proposed while they're starting the political parties, they will not change those policies, but the people will change. And this, he is not exemption for that. He also done so many times. Because he started with the Che Guevara, and then he moved to communist parties, and then he moved to BSP, Bahujan Samaj Party, and then finally he settled down as a Sanatanwadi. So he changed multiple times. That he spoke on that, but let us see what he spoke. But he spoke in Telugu, but I'll translate it to you, for you, what actually he was trying to tell yesterday in his meeting. Let us listen to him.
నేను ప్రతిపాదించిన సిద్ధాంతాలకి నేనే నల్లికి ఒళ్ళు చిట్లబొట్టుకొని నిలబడి విజయం సాధించి 100% స్ట్రైకింగ్ రేట్ కొడితే
for the policies that I have proposed, and I crushed myself to stand with the policies that I have proposed, and that's why I hit 100% strike rate during 2024 elections. This is what actually he said. But anyway, the 100% strike rate, there is doubt on 100% strike rate, because Rahul Gandhi has been raising so many doubts about the genuineness of the elections that are taking place. Even in Andhra Pradesh, there are a lot of doubts, because Rahul Gandhi has been bringing out many facts. Theft might have been taken place, and that might have been executed by this election commission, and then he was raising all his doubts. And of course, Rahul Gandhi may not talk about Andhra Pradesh, because the victims in Andhra Pradesh is YSRCP, and they are supporting Bharatiya Janata Party in all the bills and all. Then I don't think Rahul Gandhi will talk about Andhra Pradesh, because as the victim himself is supporting the person on whom they are actually accusing the vote theft. See, the vote theft allegations are on Bharatiya Janata Party, and why I'm supporting them, then why does Rahul Gandhi talk on behalf of YSRCP? So I don't think Andhra Pradesh Rahul Gandhi will talk, but at least he will talk about remaining states. And let us wait and see what Rahul Gandhi is saying, that I'll show multiple evidences even in the days ahead. Then only we'll believe in his 100% strike rate. But he's talking about his 7 policies. First, let us listen to him. What are the 7 policies?
మీరే ఇన్ని రకాలుగా మారినప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ అర్థం చేసుకునే మేము 7 సిద్ధాంతాలుగా మాట్లాడాం. అవగాహన లేక కాదు, సంపూర్ణమైన అవగాహనతోనే మాట్లాడాం. ముందుగా 7 సిద్ధాంతాలుగా మేము విభజించాం. కులాలను కలిపే ఆలోచన విధానం, మతాల ప్రస్తావన లేని రాజకీయం, భాషల్ని గౌరవించే సాంప్రదాయం, సంస్కృతిని కాపాడే సమాజం, ప్రాంతీయతను విస్మరించని జాతీయవాదం, అవినీతిపై అక్రమాలపై రాజీ లేని పోరాటం, పర్యావరణాన్ని పరిరక్షించే విధానం.
He told 7 political philosophies of his political party. 7 years ago video, he was actually talking about 7 political philosophies of his political party. This is first philosophy. He said the first one is, I will combine all castes as a single caste. That means it's a casteless politics. He wants to do that. That's actually his political philosophy. But is it true that Pawan Kalyan is working towards that? Because there is a caste system in India, and especially Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS, they're clearly talking about the caste system must be there, and they have to respect the Varna system which was proposed in Sanatan Dharma. That's Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and all these are proposed by Sanatan Dharma. So Pawan Kalyan has adopted the Sanatan Dharma as a now present political philosophy. Now, I don't think he will go opposite of this Varna system, and he cannot. Can Pawan Kalyan go to Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS leaders and say that, okay, let us not talk about Varna system, and then let us make everything as a single caste? Can he say this at present? Because he became the Sanatanavadi. So his theory 1 gone. Multiple occasions RSS leaders and as well as BJP leaders, they are saying that the Varna system must be respected, because the Brahmins is superior, and then Kshatriya, then Vaishya, and then Sudra, and must be respected. Internally, at least not publicly outspoken, but at least they're internally, this is their idea of this Brahminical society. I don't think Pawan Kalyan is following his theory one gone. In his own constituency, moreover, in his own constituency, and the Dalits were excommunicated by his caste people. Pawan Kalyan caste, which is called as Kapu caste, in his own constituency where he is representing now at present as the deputy chief minister and MLA, and the Dalits were excommunicated by his caste people, Kapu caste people, the entire Dalits, and one small conflict has arisen, and then they excommunicated from the society, Dalits. He did not even talk about this, and he did not even go to the Dalit colonies and spoke to them. And he says that his first philosophy of political party is casteless political party, and then there's nothing wrong in having the political philosophy as a casteless society, but we have to stick to the activities. As a leader, as a political leader, our activities should be there. But he did not attempt to that because his caste people will get hurt, so he did not attempt to do that. He said, my second philosophy of political party is politics without religion. Is it not so funny that he's talking about my second political philosophy of my party is that politics without religion? It looks so funny because he turned as a Sanatanavadi now, and wherever he goes he's talking about Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Rakshana Board, Sanatana, and he's talking about all these things. And moreover, his cadre are humiliating YS Jagannath Reddy and his family, and they're trolling them based on Jagan's religion, because Jagan belongs to Christian religion, and they're continuously trolling them online. And see, this is how his cadre is trolling Jagannath Reddy. Jagan's wife is in church and they're trolling, and they made Jagan photo as a Jesus Christ, and then trolling online these Jansana people. Then he says that I'm doing politics without religion. So it's not correct thing, right? Recently one audio also came out from Janasena party leader, and he said he's abusing a Christian channel, that you are rice bag converter. It's very funny that Pawan Kalyan is following religionless politics, being a Sanatanavadi. Third theory is the culture of respecting languages. Here again, he directly proposing Hindi. These people are, in the name of respecting languages, they're killing the local language. They say also we're respecting the language. What does it mean by respecting? I respect you, but I'll kill you. And all these people, they say that we respect Dalits. But when that issue comes, the conflict comes between upper caste and Dalits, and they'll favor the upper caste, and then Dalits will be suppressed. Then they say we respect Dalits. So there's no value for such statements. Same like I respect languages, but Hindi is the national language and Hindi must be promoted. Hindi must be a link language, and he's promoting Hindi. And on the other side, he's saying that I respect languages. If you make Hindi national language, if you make Hindi as a link language, and then obviously Telugu will be at stake, right? National language means that will go inside the culture and everybody starts speaking Hindi. And then slowly the mother tongue will be vanished. The stance which he has taken on Hindi. And the fourth one, he said, society that promotes culture. Here the problem is that what is Indian culture? Unity and diversity. Why we call this unity and diversity? Because in Indian culture, the multiple cultures are there. We can Dalit culture is different, Yadav culture is different, Brahmin culture different, Brahmin culture is different, and Christians different, Muslims different, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Punjabi, Bengali, Odia, Maharashtrian culture is different, Tamilian culture is different. The multiple cultures in India. Are we promoting the unity and diversity? You're trying to promote one single culture in the name of religion. That's a Brahminical culture you're trying to promote, and again it says that my theory is society that protects culture, and again this is also gone, and this is unity and diversity is our Indian culture. And theory 5, nationalism that doesn't ignore regionalism. Regionalized nationalism they should build, respect the regional languages, regional culture, regional identity. Do not tamper the regional identity, and then you make the nationalism. National highways, when you are making a national highway, it doesn't affect your local road. Within the city, within the gullies, it will not affect, it will go somewhere outside. National highway they make without disturbing the local road. This is what these people are trying to do, that they're trying to kill the Dravidian identity, Dravidian culture. In the name of nationalism, we are trying to kill Dravidian identity, Dravidian culture, and they wanted to make one India, one language, one nation, one religion, one language, one election. When you talk about all one, then you're undermining the regional identity, regional culture, right? So he went against his own philosophy. We fail to understand that we are Dravidians, the South Indians are Dravidians. He failed. Dravidians have a different culture, different identity. Sixth one, he said, uncompromised fight on corruption and irregularities. Uncompromised fight on corruption and irregularities. And he is part of NDA. You know that there are allegations in NDA that these are all people who are having cases and multiple allegations of irregularities from different banks and different cases. They're facing corruption charges and they all joined in Bharatiya Janata Party. So ultimately, the opposition Congress party is calling Bharatiya Janata Party as a washing machine party. And Pawan Kalyan is part of that. He says that my political philosophy is that to fight against corruption uncompromisedly. That means he's not talking about all these things, so he already compromised. And the seventh one, he said the system that protect the environment. So we all must protect the environment. I don't want to comment on this. And I also given few examples why he's changed his philosophy from Chogivira to the Sanatana. And he was trying to justify why he changed his stance and philosophy. Let us see what he said.
అంటే మీరు ఏం మాట్లాడు ఒకరోజు ఇది మాట్లాడతారు ఒకరోజు అది మాట్లాడతారంటే మీరందరూ నిలకడగా మీరు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు.
And what he said is, you all are telling me that one day you speak like this, one day they speak the other philosophy, or keep on changing their philosophies, and my activists are saying that. But that is true. That's not we. Even the Times of India written a big article on him, saying that from Che Guevara to Hindutva, actor turned politician Pawan Kalyan's power play. He is doing power play politics. He's keep on changing his stance. One time he said Che Guevara, and one time he said he changed his stance to communism. Then he changed his stance to Dalitism, and then now he turned as a Sanatani and then doing the politics. So this is a big article written by Times of India. So even national journalists are saying that you are changing frequently your stance.
కమ్యూనిజం అని చెప్పిన సోవియట్ రష్యా ఏమైపోయింది? డెమోక్రసీగా మారలేదా సోవియట్ రష్యా?
He is trying to defend why he is changing philosophy. He says that he has taken example of Soviet Union as an example, that Soviet Russia changed their philosophy from communism to democracy. But actually it's wrong. Communism, the Soviet Union, they did not change their philosophy because the Soviet Union used to follow the communism. But the entire Soviet Union dissolved in 1991. They created 15 independent nations. So the Armenia, Belarus, Estonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. So these are the 15 independent countries were part of Soviet Union earlier. They all became independent countries and then they followed their own philosophies. They transformed from communism to democracy now. The entire Soviet Union was dissolved. It became 15 countries and they adopted their own countries. Next one.
మావోయిజం అని చెప్పి స్టార్ట్ చేసిన రెడ్ చైనా ఏమైంది ఈ రోజున? క్యాపిటలిస్ట్ టెండెన్సీస్ రాలేదా లేదా క్యాపిటలిజం రాలేదా?
And again here he said China used to be Maoist earlier and now they turned as a capitalist China. Instead of calling China changed their philosophy, we have to say that China is Maoist when the access is only limited to local geographical territories. But when the airlines, liberalization, international trade, global education, global employment, given them opportunities, they're gaining global control but still fighting local oppression, right? See, what is the Maoism that talks about the downtrodden people will fight with the dominant society? That's Maoist philosophy. In China used to be Maoist earlier because during those days there's no airlines, no international trade, no liberalization. During those days they followed Maoist, but now the world changed, the liberalization have come and the airlines came and the international trade is going on. The global village concept has arisen. In this context, they're exploiting the opportunities of global trade, global international. They're getting jobs in different countries, they're moving to different countries, but still they're fighting with their local oppression in the China. It's wrong. We cannot say that they changed the philosophy because they're exploiting the opportunities, global opportunities, China. That we have to understand. It's not ideological transformation, it's exploitation of international opportunities by China. By taking that example, you cannot take the people to backwards to the Varna system. So Varna system, and you are taking all these castes backwards to Varna system again. Taking this example, this is a progressive change. They are going global, they are transforming global. You are taking backwards in the name of a religion, so that is not right thing.
ఈ విమర్శించే మహానుభావుల మేము కాలేజీలో డిగ్రీలు మేము వెళ్ళలేకపోయినచ్చు కానీ చదువుకున్నాం మేము.
He says that all those people who are criticizing me, like them, I did not go to schools and colleges and gain the degrees, but I also studied. He says that what according to me, so the common sense is required, not degrees. It's 1,000 times better to have common sense without education than to have education without common sense. There's no mention of degrees, no mention of colleges, education, qualification. That doesn't matter here. The matter is that you need to have a common sense. Common sense in the sense that which is progressive and which is regressive, which is global, which is taking localized, and which gives opportunities to the lower communities and downtrodden communities, and which take them to the progressive side. Are you taking them to lower side? These people, NDA, they opposed English medium schools in Andhra Pradesh. Their children are studying in foreign universities. His own Pawan Kalyan, his own 2 children are studying in Singapore, and his wife herself is from Russia, and he says that English medium school should not be there in Andhra Pradesh, and then they all study Telugu medium schools. Then that's what I said. The common sense is most important than the education.
ఐడియాలజికల్ బేసిస్ చదువుకున్న ప్రతి పార్టీ సెక్యులరిజం అంటే అర్థం చేసుకున్నాం.
He says, I understand the secularism, but actually he did not understand what secularism is. The secularism is something else that, see, in Telugu, the secular means it is something that where you never mention about religion in the public administration. Secularism means a religionless public administration. You should not mention, you should not care about, you should not talk about any kind of religion rule when you are serving the people. But this person directly is proposing there should be Rakshana board, Sanatana board, protect this Sanatana, and the government must take the responsibility of protecting all these religious identities, and the government must work for religion. Then that means the government is directly involving in religion, then you can't call it as a secular, right? The secularism is something that you must treat all the religion same, and then let us not go inside the business of religion from the government side. That is actually secularism. He did not understand. He says that I know secularism.
ఐబిఎన్ డెమోక్రసీ అరే కమ్యూనిజం సోషలిజం మీరు మొత్తం అన్ని అర్థం చేసుకున్న తర్వాతే కదా.
He says that I understood the socialism, secularism, that's why I know very well. Then one of the BJP leaders, he said the socialism must be removed from Constitution of India. Then why he was silent then? Pawan Kalyan was very dead silent when BJP said that we want to remove socialism from the Constitution of India. Socialism is something that promotes the welfare schemes to the poor people, right? The rich must be collected taxes and distributed to the poor, and so that the poor may come out of their poverty, and it's a responsibility of the government to take care of the poor. That is what a socialism means. The opposite is capitalism. Capitalism is whoever is having money, they can run the business. Whoever has capacity to earn the money, they will earn the money. We have nothing to do with the poor people. That's a capitalism, right? The opposite of socialism. And he says that I understood the socialism. Then why do you, when someone wants to remove socialism from the Constitution of India, then he was silent then.
ఏ భావన లేకుండా, ఏ ఆలోచన లేకుండా, ఏ ఐడియలిస్టిక్ టెండెన్సీస్ ప్రాక్టీస్ కి మనకి అవగాహన లేకుండా పార్టీలు పెట్టేస్తామా?
He says that, do you think I started a political party without ideology? See, he had ideology. We are not saying that he doesn't have ideology. He had ideology. He had a political philosophy, very extraordinary political philosophy he has, but he is not following it. He deviated already. He went against his own philosophy, political philosophy, and then he turned as a Sanatani who is running the party based on the religion.
అగ్నిగుండంలో ఉంటుంది మా గుండె, కష్టాల మీద కోపాలు ఉంటాయి మాకు.
And he says that my heart is always burning for poor people. That it's burning heart does not solve the problem. Even slaves' heart will be burning. See, we know the slavery, the masters will be harassing the slaves. Even those slaves who are being harassed, their heart also will be burning inside, but they cannot protest. They cannot come out and fight. That's called slavery, right? So all these politicians will say that my heart is burning for poor. Then, but if you are really, your heartburn doesn't have value until and unless you protest, you talk out, you come out and speak against the injustice, then there's no meaning for your heartburn, right?
గ్లోబల్ పాలిటిక్స్ ఎలా మారిపోయింది? ఒకప్పుడు క్యాపిటలిస్ట్ అమెరికా ఈ రోజున లెఫ్ట్ టెండెన్సీస్ ఉన్నాయి. లెఫ్ట్ వింగ్ అని మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నాం.
This is another misunderstanding Pawan Kalyan says that, see, look at America is turned as a leftist. Earlier, what a capitalist country, now it is turned as leftist. See, America turned as leftist in the sense, earlier in America, only white skin Americans are used to be there in America. One kind of people in America, white skin people are more, and they don't have much disparities among the public. So those days they were capitalist. Now they're turning to leftist because they're also thinking about welfare schemes to the Americans and all, because they opened their country for all the religions and all the countries from all the different regions they allowed. So that's why lakhs of Indians migrated to America, and that means there is Hinduism spread in America. Lakhs of Africans went to America, and Muslim countries, they settled in America, and then now America became ethnocentric country now, because the America is mix of Asians, Africans, and Europe. So now the present America is facing racism, casteism there. Our Indians going and showing and casteism in America, and they made a law that you are not supposed to show. So based on the population change, they changed the policies to protect the citizens. We cannot say they changed the philosophy. They're trying to protect the citizens because it is the non-Americans who polluted America there. Because they don't have casteism, they don't have racism and all, then all these different kinds of people migrated to America, and then this polluted the entire America there, and then now they're giving the protection system.
ఇన్ని దేశాలు ఇన్ని రకాలుగా భావజాలాలను మార్చుకుంటా ఉంటే, ఒకప్పుడు సౌదీ అరేబియా కంప్లీట్లీ హార్డ్ కోర్ ఇస్లామిక్ కంట్రీ నుంచి ఆడవాళ్ళకి డ్రైవింగ్ లేకపోతే వాళ్ళు మార్చుకుంటా ఉన్నారు. ఆడవాళ్ళకి ఓటింగ్ హక్కు లేకపోతే ఓటింగ్ హక్కు ఇచ్చారు. ఆడవాళ్ళు డ్రైవింగ్ చేయకూడదు, ఆడవాళ్ళకి డ్రైవింగ్ చేయండి.
He says that in Saudi Arabia, women are not allowed to work, women are not allowed to drive the car, women are not allowed to get the driving license, and earlier, but now they are giving. So that means they changed it. They all are progressive stance, Mr. Pawan Kalyan. They are moving towards progress. But you are taking the people of Andhra Pradesh, the people of India in the name of Sanatana backwards. If you promote religion, that is fine, because religion is personal choice. But you specifically talk about Sanatan. The Sanatan includes the Varna system, which classifies people in the names of Brahmin, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and Shudra, and Avarna, and the casteless and the untouchables. And you are promoting that Varna system. That means you are taking backwards these people, Mr. Pawan Kalyan. These are all progressive examples you are giving progressive examples. You are trying to take the people to regressive side, which is not right. And these are all progressive side. They are moving, and he's talking about regressive.
ప్రపంచ కార్మికులారా ఏకం కండి చెప్పిన దశాబ్దాలు ఊదరగొట్టి ఇలా చేసి చివరికి ఏం చేశారు? ఎవరి ప్రాంతం కార్మికులు వాళ్ళకే మీరు ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో మీకు సంబంధం చెప్పి వచ్చినాయి కదా ఇవన్నీ.
And this is another misunderstanding. He says that all the laborers be united, worldwide united. That doesn't mean that all the worldwide laborers come to one country and then fight. Doesn't mean. He misunderstood that. All over the laborers all over the world unite and fight with your owners. A factory employees, they will fight with the factory owner. For basically the labor unions are local. So that's why there's nothing wrong that all these labor unions support the regionalism. He says that all these labor unions support regionalism, statehood. That means their philosophy is wrong. That's something wrong he is talking actually. So what I am trying to say is that definitely his political philosophies are excellent, extraordinary political philosophies. but he changed his all political philosophies and is going against his own political philosophy towards a religion, is trying to make religion based politics like Bharatiya Janata Party. There's no doubt in this. Thank you. Namaskar.